Hello crazy people! This week I wanted to share this creative portrait I made using the black and white effect in Photoshop. The goal was to highlight a colored symbol, body part, object in the midst of black and white image, drawing attention to it and make it stand out as the focal point. Let's do it. The initial idea was to paint one of my nails red and write something on it, leaving it in color. The rest of the portrait would be left black and white, so the attention would be turned to my finger. To take the portrait, I set off my black backdrop and two lights. One frontal main light with a beauty dish and a honeycomb, and the second light was a hair light that I bounced at my ceiling. My speed was 100, my aperture was f8, and my ISO was 100 as well. I used the imaging app from Sony to help me to take this portrait, but I'm just saying that front-on portraits are hard working. During the editing process, I felt the portrait needed a bit more balance and color, so I decided to remove the black and white effect from my face and draw a peace sign instead. Here is what I did. Okay guys, so this is the initial photo that I chose to do this portrait, and I started by fixing the light. So the hair lights that I put it up affected my backdrop, so I had to fix it. And I used curves to fix it. Then I did the hair healing because I had a lot of flyaways here, so I had to do a hair healing to remove this hair. And I fixed my eyebrows because I wanted to leave this portrait very symmetrical. I just copied this eyebrow and then I placed in the other side using a mirrored effect and made this portrait look a bit more symmetric. And that's the reason I also used liquify, and I liquefied my hair, my head, and I left it a bit more symmetrical as well. Then I merged all the layers to do a high frequency separation, which I do in most of my portraits because it makes the skin a bit more smooth. You shouldn't do too much, you should do very a discreet job, so otherwise it looks too fake. But I just did a little bit just to make the portrait look better, of course. And I did more heel and did a burning dodge, obviously burning dodge to create more contrast. So I did the dodge in the lights and the burning in the shadows, and also did a burning dodge in my eyes and hair. That's to give more texture to the hair and also to pop the eyes. You can see the difference that it makes in the eyes. It's really, really big. And then I did bring another finger from another photo that was better, that I could read better what I wrote in my nail, because before I couldn't really read. And I just brought the photo. I'm just gonna cancel the masking here so you see. So this is from another photo, and I just masked the rest and left the finger, like you can see. And I had to do a curves to match the finger a bit more with the light that I had in this portrait, so obviously to make more realistic that I didn't bring something from another photo. And I did again a hair liquify. I just felt that this part of my hair was a bit bigger, let's say this way, than the other bit, and I just liquefied to make a bit more similar to the other side. And I'm just gonna delete. And this effect here is the effect that I use for different photos, so you have to go to my Instagram to check it out, so I'm not gonna show you. And I'm just gonna show you now how you do the black and white effect. So you go over here and choose the black and white filter, and it will come with a mask. I didn't change anything here, but you could. And then it will come with a mask, and then what you wanted to do in order to bring all the colored thing you wanted to, just gonna take it out in caps lock so you can see the brush. Usually, well, for this portrait I used a hard round pressure size brush, You can use a softer brush if you wanted to. It really depends what you wanted to achieve in your portrait. But for this one, I used a hard brush. And what you do is just make sure you have your brush on black, because your mask is white, so you need to have the opposite color to remove everything you wanted to remove and bring the color back. So I'm just gonna draw what I wanted here with my brush, and see, the color is coming up. So you just need to be creative. If you wanted to erase something, you just change your brush to white. You can just press X in your keyboard, and then you can remove what you don't want it. Like you can remove here, whatever you wanted to remove. So it makes the portrait really, really creative. You can do so much with it. So you just need to keep going between black and white and brushes to remove what you wanted, or to leave what you wanted to leave, you know, in your portrait. It's pretty cool. You just need to be creative, really. So it's so simple, and you can see here what you're drawing, you know, it stays in a mask. So it's pretty cool. But this is just to show to you guys, I'm not going to use that one. What I did instead was this one here, which was the peace sign that I told you guys. And I did a hue saturation filter in my finger here because I just wanted to match the color. That's all. And I finish up this portrait with a camera raw filter, which I change sharpness, brightness if I wanted. You know, it's just a little final touch-ups that you wanted to do in your portrait, and that's it. That's it, everyone. I hope you like this portrait. I do have my own idea for what this portrait could represent, but I believe it's very open to interpretation. I also hope that you can use the black and white effect on Photoshop to create cool images as well. Go to my Instagram because I did other versions of the same photo using the same effect, and I wanted to know your favorite one. You can also follow me if you're there. I'll leave the links all below for you. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done it yet, because next week I'll come back with more. See you!